Hi, Kim. Absolutely amazing to see you. End of January. How are you?
I am in recovery. I'm very well, but I'm in recovery after the move that we did over December. I do not recommend that as a vacation plan.
I'm coming there. But let's just talk a little bit about how we can add value to these people who are already writing or want to start writing their book, but just can't.
Well, we often have these big ideas when it comes to January. So you need to be very deliberate when you're wanting to start a book writing project. But you also have to say, how am I going to manage my energy? Because it's hard.
Oh, yeah.
And that marathon in the middle part, that's the thing we don't expect. We don't realize there's going to come a point where we're going to think, oh my word, are we there yet? Yes. Well, it's very important to manage your energy. And so I believe that one of the things would definitely be breath work. We need to build our resilience, learn how to manage our state so that when we are writing, we are actually in the zone. And that's where I think you can add a lot of value.
I love it when you're talking about building resilience. It's one of those habits to add into your daily routine is effective breathing. We all know we have to breathe, but it's applying a consistent breathing practice, which we introduced last year to your authors and your clients. Applying it consistently so that you can remain in a good state all the time, and not just when you're feeling stressed, anxious, I'm not doing this, the deadline, I'm meeting with Kim, I haven't done my project time in working time, whatever it is, and then we stress ourselves out. So one of the key things about creative people is to, let's see, how can we keep that redness, those stress levels at a modicum of acceptability, where you're balancing family, the job, your hobbies, the community, and your desire and dream to write your book. How do you balance all of this? Well, if we can just drop it by consistent breathwork practices, when you have these things that add on top of it, the added stresses, it's actually easier to manage. So it's that consistent application. Just the same way as, I guess, I'm not a writer yet, that it's consistently applying your mind to your book is going to give you the result, right?
So if you were to be able to manage your state and say, yes, I've had a rough day, or I've got, these health complications or problems at work or whatever, but I can breathe and manage my energy, get rid of some of my stress. 15 minutes is actually not a lot of time that you need to write. But if I'm stressed and I'm not breathing properly, then that becomes an impossible task. But it actually is incredibly realistic and achievable if you know how to manage your state.
Great. Now, this is where I come in, and I've got something amazing for everybody who's listening to this, for your client base. Is I'm running these what are called transformational breathwork journeys to anybody who is feeling that stress, that anxiety, or just wants to unblock that creativity, which is a feeling, I don't know where I'm going with this. Sometimes just to be in a very deeply meditative, mindful space allows these wonderful things to open up and then come forth, where you realize, but that's the answer. So I'm offering these, and we'll put the link in the comments below, or in the connections, where you can then register for these free journeys. And it's a 60-minute breathwork journey, and the explanation is clearly there for you. It's an investment of 1 hour in your time that you will reap the rewards, untold amounts, on the following day, the following day. Now, it's no get well quick scheme. There's a consistent application of it, but just join to experience the first one, to see the value, and then you'll understand how this can be an asset to what you actually want to do.
I love that. And a little personal story that I want to tell you is I've had 3 children. I gave birth to them all naturally. Now, one of the techniques that they ask you to do in when you're giving birth is to breathe through the pain. That sounds much easier than what it actually is. And so when I've worked with midwives and the person can actually calm me and center me and guide me through the breathing, the pain levels come way down. Then you can actually do it without medication. But I cannot do that by myself. I cannot center myself through that breathing part when I'm giving birth. That's like amplified pain levels without someone to guide me.
Right.
And when I have that guide, I achieve the most remarkable results. And that's why I'm such an advocate of your programs, because having a guide to get you through some of the most stressful times imaginable and still achieve that result, that is worth its weight in gold. Everyone who's watching this, book one of Tim's sessions, and then I want to see what your writing does in the future.
Love it. Absolutely perfect. Kim, go well. Amazing to connect with you again. And let's make 2024 the amazing year that it can be.